everyone, welcome back to another round of Wheel to Wheel. We are here for our Top Split round 5 race. We've got 3 races for you tonight. We've got 2 7-lappers, with the second one being reverse grid, and then a 14-lapper to finish off the night, which is also a reverse grid with a mandatory medium tyre requirement, so should be plenty of action coming out of that one. Tonight with me in the commentary box is Mr. Spence 308.
G'day mate, how you going?
Doing well, and tonight on the visuals we have Herbs.
Good evening, everyone.
So yeah, it should be a really good round. If I had to ask you who your picks were straight out the gate, Spence, who are a couple of names that you think will be near the top end of the field for this round?
Well, I've got to get on with teammate, DJ, Stefko. He's been fast all week. Hopefully he comes up with some results. There's a couple others like Royal, he's always quick, and then the regulars, Adam, Captain, Apex.
Yeah.
They're always there.
Yeah, and I absolutely love these 86 rounds because the racing is always so close as we get to the qualifier underway here. So it should be really good rounds.
Definitely close racing in these things. Sometimes you almost think too close when you're in it.
A little bit. There was a fair bit of action going on in the second split lobby, so hopefully we'll see just as much coming through in the top split.
Hopefully
looks like
it's out of the pits.
Yeah, we don't need another repeat of split 2 there. Looks like KZ has gotten out of the pits first as well in that beautiful Alfa Romeo 86, closely followed by the DAM Racing liveried car of Dalteeks. We still don't know what it stands for, so put your suggestions down in the G-Man, you're in chat, mate. You know you're supposed to be in this lobby. Just a quick thing, and apparently we can't hear Spence, so you might have to quickly check your audio settings to be sure. But I'll continue to run through the field. So we've got Stefko. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we've got Stefko currently third on track at the moment in that beautiful Milo livery. Followed by Adam V10 in the Miami Vice looking V Corsa car. Zuzu in the DAM 86 as well, followed by Showman in his privateer entry. I can't remember what his thing was called, Mexican Hat Racing. Behind him is Oil in My Blood, collecting a bit of dirt on the outlap for good luck. And then Ando. So Ando making himself a regular in Dip 1 this season, which you'd love to see in the Shake and Bake entry. Followed by another Shake and Bake entry of Tombo. Closely behind him, after Tombo, we have Apex Humper, who has Squiddy for company very close behind, coming into the final corner, and bringing up the rear end of the field is the captain. Gimp Man said you sound all muffled and quiet. Unzip your Gimp mask, so we'll see if we can hear Spence a little better this time around.
That's not very nice.
Yeah, what's a little bit of commentary without the Gimp mask on?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You think Captain would have to set himself up for a lap, getting some clean air and sitting out back there?
Yeah, you would definitely. He's probably got 5 seconds of space in front of him, so hopefully if someone gets a penalty and burns it and all that, they're well out of the way by the time he comes along. Looks like a couple of guys are just within slipstream distance. I think Adam and Zoo. Probably Zoo's just in the tickles of slipstream off Adam there, and then you've got Ando and Tombo are probably pretty close to some slipstream distance as well, so could be a couple of quick lap times with a little bit of slipstream assistance coming through.
They all seem to have set themselves up at the exact right distance to not injure themselves and braking zones.
definitely looks like Adam's getting away from Zoo as well, so could be seeing a quick time coming out of him. But we'll keep an eye on KZ, Dale, and Stefko as they come through the final chicane. Now, we saw a couple of guys taking this fairly conservatively in qualifying in the second split, and a couple of guys absolutely sending it over the curbs and taking that gamble. These guys all absolutely sending it, needing every 10th for qualifying in this top split lobby. We'll see what KC can do as he comes across the line as my voice dies with a 2-2. Defco beating him with a 2-1. Adam's going to come across the line with a 2-0. So some very fast times right off the bat. Couple of high 2s. Apex with a 2-0 as well. High 2s, low 3s for the rest of the field, and the captain sitting right in the middle with a 2-5. So some very quick times coming through there. A couple of guys who are wanting to be improving the next time around. They're Squidly, Tombo, Oil will definitely look to do better. Yeah, I don't think Zoo or Endo will be too happy there either. Try and bump it up again. Oiley's pulled out of his lap, so that's his qualifying over. As he takes a little adventure across the grass, saw a spot that the guy with the mower missed, decided to get it himself. Great guy, Oiley.
Always think about others.
Exactly. There we go, much clearer now. So I don't think we'll be seeing too much of an improvement from Oiley this lap, so he's either going to be 10th or worse. Tombo or Squiddy will look to jump him come the end of this lap. Yeah, definitely some quick times.
Hopefully you see a 1.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Apex can put a lap together, he's deep in the slipstream of Tombo here. Could see a 1-9, I think. Stefko out by himself as well.
He's up on his own time, only just. He's up.
Yeah. Oh, he got a little squirrely on the exit of the chicane. Sounds like someone might have the stream playing in the background as well. Interesting. So, doesn't look like any improvement from KZ. Stefko loses a bunch of time in the final sector there. No improvement from Adam. Zoo with a 2-6. Showman with a 2-2. Jumping up into 5th. Tomo with a 2-5. And Apex with a 1-9-3. So there's the 1-9 we requested.
Nice.
Very, very nicely done there. That is a cracker of a time there from Apex. 2 tenths ahead of second place. Yeah, wow. That's a 1-9 in the quali. That's incredible. I think the top qualifying time from Split 2 was a 2-4 from Tate, so that would have put him somewhere in the middle of the pack here, but a couple of the regulars struggling.
It's definitely some hot times there, though.
Absolutely. The top kind of 4 or 5 there with some absolutely cracking times as we see the lights lighten up, the revs are all the way up, bouncing off the limiter, and we are green. Everyone slowly gets up to speed off the line coming into turn 1. Stefko and Adam are going to be side by side by the team by the time we get into there. Oh, Dale looking up the inside of Showman in the mid-pack as well. Doesn't look like Adam's going to be able to get that move done on Stefko, and he's going to slot in between him and KZ. Dale looking to go around the outside of Showman through this Mercedes-Benz arena as well, as the captain just behind him looks up the inside of Tombo. So lots of battling going on in this pack. Everyone trying to find their spots for the race pace. Oh, someone's got a penalty early.
Couple in the dirt.
I think that's Dale serving a penalty early on, and he is back in 12th, unfortunately, for him. So after a really good qualifying, Dale back at the back of the field, unfortunately.
Just has to get in the slipstream now and consolidate.
Yep, definitely.
Being in split 1, you'll still get a really good race time.
Yeah, even if you're you finish dead last here if you're still in this slipstream train, and you can still hook onto the back of some guys. As Captain and Tombo go side by side through the Schumacher S's as well, down in 7th place. You're still on for a great time and can beat most of the league, I would assume. Bar maybe the top couple finishes from Split 2 or E-League. Oh, someone else has got a penalty there. I didn't see who that was, but
maybe Showman.
Yep. Looks like the Captain looking up the inside of Tombo as well.
He's got it
Trying
done
to
there,
take
nice
the fifth off
move.
him. Very beautifully done there. Not much Tombo can do about that to come back at him, as everyone slots back into line.
If I was Tombo, I wouldn't want to do anything about that. I'd just sit there and hold on to him.
Yep. Looks like back in 10th, Squidley is getting hustled by a couple of the DAM drivers as well. He's got Zoo in front and Dale behind. Pretty tough spot to be in, if you ask me.
That's a rock and a hard place.
Absolutely.
A hard place.
Very late on the brakes is Squidley. Oh, the car's getting a little bit squirrely as they drop down through turn 1 as well. This pack of cars very, very close together here. Squidley tried to put his nose up the inside through that left-hander, and Zoom gave him the room, but Squidley pulled out of the move. So, Ando getting loose on corner exit as well. And here comes Zoo to try and look around the outside of Ando. It's not going to happen. He's going to have the inside, but he is not carrying enough speed to be able to do much about it. Ando gets loose through the corner though, and Zoo is getting a push from Squidley.
Oh.
There goes Zoo up the inside of Ando. Squidley
Squidley
following him through, as is
Maybe
Dale. Oh, that is unfortunate for Ando. He's coming back at Dale here. It looks like they're going to try and go too wide through the Schumacher S, which is, it's hard to do, and they've done it successfully, and Dale has pinched that spot.
That's good racing, mate.
And that's beautiful racing there. Both drivers left enough room. I saw Dale delayed the turn in to make sure Ando had the room on the inside. Just check in at the front of the field. So Apex Humper currently out to a 1.2 second lead over Adam B10 already, who still has DJ Stefko just half a second back. And Stefko also with KZ just half a second behind him. So top 4 breaking away a little bit. Captain's in a bit of no man's land, about 1.5 seconds either side of him, and then we have Tombo leading the rest of the pack around.
It's still very tight though. Like, Showman down in 12th is only 8 seconds off the lead. After serving his penalty in well into the 3rd lap.
Yeah, definitely. Being last place and only 8.5 seconds difference from 1st to 12th is still pretty close. Oh, Squidley's wide up ahead. It's not going to cost him anything, but he's definitely flirting with it there. It's lucky Dale is such a kind racer there. Dale and Ando using all the track available. Ando's got a run on Dale here as well, so a bit of reverse rolls from last time around to try and go around the outside of him. No, Ando's going to tuck in behind. He's got the run here though, I think. He did get a better run, but I think a bit of slipstream assistance from Squidley there is not going to be enough. Dale very deep under brakes to make sure nothing happens though. Almost collected Sir Squid. Boyle's made up a couple of spaces off the line as well. Made his way up to 7th and right on that rear bumper at Tombo, so he could be looking to make a move and try and join Captain Lowside up ahead.
He was always going to make up spots. His qualifying time didn't represent his pace.
Yeah, which it's true. Oiley's usually right near the pointy end, and he's definitely trying to work his way back there as he pulls alongside Tombo coming into the chicane here. Both on the brakes at the same time. Oh, Tombo getting loose over the curb. Here comes Zuzu up the inside to make it 3 wide.
3 wide.
Oily being the
losing
voice of
out
reason
there.
there. Yep, backing out a little early, and Zoo has taken the spot off of both of them. And as a thank you to Oil, he's given the slipstream to Tombo, and then given it back to Oil. So look at Tombo slamming into the side of Oily. Give me the slipstream, mate. He wants every tenth he can get.
Oh,
So
very narrow. He gets away with it, I think. Yeah.
Tombo looking very aggressive here too. He's not too happy with himself about losing them 2 spots.
A purple lap was a really quick lap, a 2:02.9.
It's faster than some of the qualifying laps we saw.
A lot faster than mine, I'll tell you that.
That's an incredible effort there. That's cracking time. Just checking in on those guys as well. Adam has made up about 3/10 on Apex so far this lap, and Stefko and KZ still just hanging on to the slipstream behind them. So this pack's still together.
Fast race at the minute, very fast race.
Yeah, I think the winning time from second split was 35.7, 14:35.7 for reference. So we will see how this race compares to that. Jump back with this battle pack down in 6th and beyond as this absolute train of drivers carries on. Looks like Ando's dropping off the back of it a little bit and has Showman for company as well. So Ando's struggling a little bit in the 86. Showman's got a nice run on him here as well.
Oh,
Ando going defensive.
Ando covers it.
Nothing Showman can do about that there, unfortunately. He lost a fair bit of momentum when he had to cut back to the inside there.
Set up for a run down the straight into the first corner, maybe. So just did his fastest lap of the race into the 3s, nice.
It's a cracker every time too. Barely into the 3s, just scraping in with a 3.999.
That's still a 3, baby.
Yeah, of course, still a 3. Looks like Zoo is comfortably leading this train, and since Oily has gotten past Tombo, Tombo hasn't really looked like threatening Oily too much either.
Tombo's tyres might just be starting to turn on him a little bit, being on controller.
They are a little bit, just ever so slightly worse than the guys around him, but when you're playing with as much pace as these boys are, that little bit of extra tyre wear can cost you big as Squidly goes wide and opens the door for Dale. Dale tucking back in though, not able to get the run.
Maybe they're starting to think about the second race and just minimising their time loss in this one, setting up for a good position for the start of the second race.
It definitely could be it. Just up ahead as well, that gap to Captain Lowside from Zuzu is growing out to 3.5 seconds, but the Captain is also not able to catch up to that pack of 4. So he's definitely found himself in a little bit of no man's land, which can be nice. A little bit of clean room, you're not worrying about battling. You can just drive your pace, but at the same time, everyone up ahead's got a bit of slipstream, so you're losing time every straight and so on.
This is true, but... Ooh, Adam's catching Apex. It's down to 8/10, or 8.5 tenths.
Yeah. So last time around was a 203.1 and a 203.0. This one a 203.6 and a 203.4 for Adam. So definitely inching back that gap, and they've pulled a gap to Stefko and KZ as well. KZ very close behind Stefko for that 3rd position.
These two are workmates. I wonder if KZ's going to try and put a move on DJ.
You'd need the bragging rights for Monday, wouldn't you?
Surely.
You'd think so. Also, while we were keeping an eye on that, Oily had a look up the inside of Zoo into turn 1, so he's had enough of sitting behind. He's gotten close enough. You can see Oily looking for a move here as he goes very wide on the exit of the right-hander there.
It's one place in this game you don't seem to get a penalty for track limits.
Yeah, I did see him run wide there, and he actually lost probably about 2/10 because of it, though, unfortunately. So
It's a knock-on effect too. If you get out too wide, you get the dirty tyres, and then the next corner or two corners, the car feels a little strange and doesn't turn quite as well, stop quite as well.
yeah, that battle between Zoo and Oily is definitely on, as is the battle for 8th behind, as Squidly is closing up on the rear bumper at Tombo.
Oh, Showman's having a run on Ando. No, he's pulled out of that, I think.
Oh, Lando's run wide though.
No, still there. Trying to go around the
He's got a
outside.
penalty for running
Oh
wide.
no.
Oh,
It's a shame.
Tombo's in the wall.
Tombo's in the
Squidly's
wall.
on the grass as well. Oh, he's just rejoined right beside Dale. That was a very, very risky rejoin there by Squidly. I don't
Can
know
we
if
get a replay of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'll jump on the replay. Yeah, here we go. I'm board with
Jump on board
Tombo.
with Tombo in 12th at the moment. Yep.
Yeah, he's coming around the corner with Squid. Looks like he's just hit some sand by himself. Yeah. And it's just turned him around.
So, saw a couple of guys fall victim to that in second split as well. Very easy to do there. Trying to get a really good run onto the straight. You dip a tyre onto the dirt and around you go. You might have some experience with that one there, Spence.
I didn't think you were going to even go there, but yes, maybe I might have done that in the second race.
As we are now on our final lap of race 1 here. And it looks
Come
like
on,
the
DJ,
captain,
hold on to third.
looks like the captain has been able to close up that gap to KZ, but it's not going to be enough for him to make a move unless a mistake happens.
Just trying to put the pressure on him and make sure that his race time is still good. Although KZ dropped some time in that last lap too, so it might be more KZ was coming back to the captain than the captain was going up to the KZ.
Yeah, I saw KZ was right towards the rear bumper of Stefko coming into turn 1, and then dropped out to about 9/10 behind at the end of the lap, so he's made a mistake that's cost him about half a second at some point there. Jumping up with Oily again in 7th place, still right behind Zuzu. Oh, really late on the brakes too. It's probably his final chance to make a move. On the exit here, needs a really good run out. Zuzu's clipped the dirt.
Zuzu's loose.
He is amazingly still kept a good enough run out of there. Here we go. It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. He's all over him though.
Alright, we'll jump up with Apex Humper as he takes the
exit.
Race win here, closely followed behind by Adam and Stefko claiming 3rd, KZ 4th, and the captain in 5th. That's your top 5 for this race.
Very close. No, Zoo got it in the end. Overall.
So holding on to 6th, 7th goes to Oily, Dale coming home in 8th, Squidly still getting 9th, Showman getting back up to 10th and 11th, and Tombo after that spin coming home in 12th. And a 14.25.8, so almost 10 seconds quicker than second split's top time there.
Schooled us boys in the second split.
That is an absolute cracker of a time from Apex there.
He's got everything too, the fastest lap, clean race, and the win.
Yeah, and pole position to go along.
Pole, sorry, yeah, that's the other one.
The gentleman's trio, isn't it? Yeah, well, what a time. That's, I mean, just good, consistent racing, really, from Apex there. He did an amazing job. His tyres barely wore. He barely dropped off throughout the race. He even got the 2.9 for the fastest lap, so, man, good luck beating that to some of the other boys that are racing tonight. That is an absolute cracker of a time.
Oh. Like I said, I couldn't even do that in quali. That is really fast.
I think the only way that time comes under threat is if Scooter or Flossie have an absolute cracker in their league currently. So
Very
I don't
true.
know how Flossie's going with the 1 foot racing, but I know Scooter's probably keen to get back into Top Split.
Flossie should be used to the 1 foot by now. He's had enough time, enough practice. About time he started putting in some fast race pace and fast laps.
Yeah, wow. That was still some really good racing in the mid pack, but the front of the field was business as usual. Boys just holding the gap to each other and absolutely getting the cracking time through that. But yeah, that's top 5 times all below 14:30 as well. So yeah, top 5 separated by 4 seconds after that. Flawless victory. Yep. The 7 golden letters if you're a Tekken fan. Perfect. We'll see what he can do in the reverse grid though. It should be really interesting.
Very hard in these cars to go from last to first, but with those lap times, that consistency is very possible.
Yeah. And then you got Tombo starting off a pole as well, who had really good pace until his incident there.
Yeah, Tombo and Ando, if they can work together, get away with a good start, Team Boys should be able to maybe hold on to a win here.
Yeah. I think Ando might have been struggling a little bit in that first race to keep onto the back of the train, so he'll be looking to redeem himself in round 2. And then you've got Showman starting out a 3rd, who had that penalty dropped way back. Squidley, who went on an adventure after the incident with Tombo, and then Dale, who had to burn a penalty and fell all those spots down early on.
It was a nice recovery from Dale.
Gitman says almost as flawless as those beautiful Milo liveries.
How good are they? DJ come up with a nice livery there.
Yep, absolutely beautiful Milo livery there from Stefco. If anyone's still playing at home, I hope you're already hammered. I got in a fair few in the second split broadcast. There was plenty of them about, and they had a decent result as a team, but unfortunately the individuals couldn't keep that consistent throughout all 3 races.
That's up to DJ now to get 3 really good results.
Yeah, he started off well, so he's off to a good start. He's got to fight his way through the field, which is no easy task. We've seen everyone get caught up in that mid-pack battle, which is so easy to do as well.
In this race, if you're DJ or if you're even Adam or Apex, do you try to get to the front, or do you just try and hold position and stay with the group for a start in the 3rd race, for a better start in the 3rd race?
I guess that depends, because Adam and Apex are directly fighting for the
overall
championship.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're currently separated. So is the captain. Sorry, he'll be mad that I left him out of there. But yeah, there's 100 points between the top 3 in our championship at the moment. And Stefco just about 50 points behind Adam in 5th place. So, I mean, if I'm in any of those 3, I'm wanting to get as many cars in between myself and the other guys as possible.
Do you take risks then? Do you go for the half pass if it's on?
I think you might have to.
It'll be interesting in this race to see how they handle that and the pressure from each other.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how focused these boys are on the overall divisions and leaderboards at the moment while racing. They're probably just looking to get a good round and then see where they sit. But for my mentality, I want to put as many cars between myself and the guys that I'm battling with as possible.
100%. 100%.
30 seconds till the race 2 start, which should be very, very interesting. The reverse grid coming into a hairpin for turn 1 is always a little chaotic. I reckon we'll see a couple of guys go 3 wide, some go heavily defensive to the inside. Some guys might even try and do what Pure Axel did last week and just sweep around the outside of the hairpin. Could see a fair few different outcomes coming into turn 1 here. And really, if you're one of those back 4 guys and you can make up 2 or 3 spots off the start, you're off to a flyer.
Most definitely, if you can snag 2 or 3 spots, like you said, early on, because it's very hard to pass and not lose time at this track. There is passing opportunities, but the losing time part is the big one. But early on in that first lap, there'll be opportunities to advance without losing too much time. A lot of it will be into that first corner.
Absolutely, yeah, that's definitely... I know that was definitely a spot where I would look to make up a lot of spots last season in the Group 3 cars because the Corvette had such a good jump off the line over a lot of cars, but when you're all in the same car, that all becomes down to reaction time and how risky you're willing to play it.
How deep do you go into the first corner?
Yep, and how quickly can you get off that brake to get that car rolling? So we see the 2 shake and bake boys on the front row of the grid here. So Dale had a really good start last time. So we've got the lights coming up, revs going up. We are green, everyone getting off the line.
Pretty even.
Fairly even as we come into turn 1 here. The 2 wide.
Oily with the move.
The captain, big mover already,
Nice.
already up into 6th. Boy, looking to take it. He almost got turned there. That was a bit chaotic as he looks up the inside of Squiggly and thinks better of it. And the boys behind are still absolutely chopping and changing for position. 3 DAM cars at the moment in that battle. The captain's still alongside Squiggly up in that battle for 5th as well. He backs out of the position. But this is a really good opportunity for the captain, already being up in 6th place. He can make some big moves here.
And grab points if you can hold on to this.
Absolutely. Yep, so it's just what I was saying, getting cars in between yourself and the other guys. So he's got 2 cars in between himself and Stefko. And, 4 in between himself and Adam, 5 in between himself and Apex. So
Interestingly, those 2 haven't moved from the rear of the grid, but Adam doesn't seem to mind that too much. He likes to make them up later in the race.
yeah. Ooh, looks like Showman up in 3rd place, looking up the inside of Tombo. Tombo's gone wide. He might get a penalty for that. He was right on the edge of the track limits. But Showman not looking to stay around.
Oh no.
The captain taking some dirt with him too on the exit, and that's going to cost him a spot to Sue, I believe.
Tumbo with the 2nd penalty.
Oh, yep. And he
It's
doesn't
not
look like he's
burning
too keen on burning it, no. So maybe thinking that that was caused by
there?
Showman, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's still going to fall a bunch here as Squiggly goes past him, Oily goes past him, there goes Dale up the inside. Looks like the captain's trying to follow Dale. So lots of guys trying to move past that Viagra livery of Tombo. It's a hard life for Tombo right now.
I'm leaving that one alone.
Yep. Ooh, Tombo's car ghosting under brakes as well as the captain goes up the inside. They're 3 wide on the apex of the corner. And Tombo again losing out 2 spots. The captain up the inside of Dale as well. Gives him a little bump through the mid-corner.
Adam and Apex will be loving this. He's just going to sit back and wait for him.
Someone's got hung out wide there too. I think it was Dale. And they're 3 wide again. KZ, Dale and Stefko.
Oh, and Adam sneaking up by.
Looks like Apex trying to follow as well. There they go. Oh, someone's just copped a big shunt there. I think it's Dale who has been the big loser out of all of that, unfortunately. All of the fast guys deciding that that was their chance to get the move done, and away they went. No hesitation there.
Apex, like you said, won't be wanting to lose too much to Adam. So if he goes through, he wants to try and follow through.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like Tombo's dropping off the back of the captain a little bit here. Like we saw in race 1, he's still got a little bit of a gap to Zoo, but Zoo's in that slipstream range, so a couple of mistakes, and Tombo's going to be under threat by that very racy pack of cars containing Zoo, Stefko, Adam, KZ, Apex, and Dale. So
Zoo's just taking the dirt a little bit, and BJ has a run on him up towards the last chicane. DJ looking around the outside. Sync's probably a little better of it.
Oh, took plenty of curve on the exit. Saw Untouchables make an amazing move like that as well in the Split 2 lobby, but he's got the move done beautifully, has Stefko.
Nice work, Stefko. Keep going, mate. Might be a bit
Definitely no team favouritism going on there as the captain pulls alongside up in 4th to try and take that spot off of Oily.
And Zeus looking back on DJ, and he's gonna get it done. No. DJ holds him out. Zoo might lose out to Adam here.
It's really tough once you make a mistake and you fall to Stefko. You've got Adam to answer to, and then once Adam's by, you've got KZ right there, and then after KZ, you've got oh, Apex. Apex has had a drama. He's back in 12th place, 2 seconds off the back of Dale.
Oh, I missed what happened to him.
Might have been a penalty, might have been a small off, but that's pretty big. Our race 1 winner, currently 2 seconds off the pack.
He might now look to just try and catch up to the back of the pack, minimise his time loss in this race, and have a really good start for this 3rd race.
Yeah, luckily for him, he's got Dale directly ahead, and then Dale's right on the rear bumper at KZ, and then everyone's part of the train, so you're not going to lose out too much. Everyone's going to be holed up slightly by having a lift or brake a little earlier than normal and not hit the guy in front, so it's a little easier to make up that time. But, I think the captain could be on for a really good result here as he's starting to close in on Squiddly. This could be big.
Casadro's just had it off.
Holding the lead.
What was that, Herbs?
Casadro.
Yeah, Casadro.
Oh,
yeah,
he's back in last, is he?
had a bit of a spin. He's gone to last now.
Oh no.
So there you go.
Did you get a replay of that, or did you see it on stream?
Yeah, we caught that. Yeah. Unfortunate.
So KZ and Apex both dropping well off the back of the pack here, which Adam, Stefko, the captain, will all be loving to see. These guys all in the direct battle, but the captain and Oily still nose to tail and starting to close up on Squiddly for 3rd. If Squiddly puts up enough of a fight here, he could probably buy Showman or Ando a little bit less of a fight with the captain or with Oily here as these two try and make their way through. Squiddly and Captain going very wide through there as well, but getting an amazing run through. Definitely a bit of technique to carry in that extra speed. It's not just using all the track, you got to do it the right way.
Yeah, I think that's something I need to learn, especially from these top split boys.
Oh yeah, there's plenty to learn from these guys as Tombo's coming under threat from Stefko now as well. Tombo going defensive and Stefko not too pressing on him, but he's cut back up the inside through the hairpin, and there it looks like they're going to be trying to go too wide through the Schumacher S's. Oh, again, beautifully done by these guys. We saw it go a little bit wrong earlier on, but the beautiful racing, room given, respect given from both drivers, and they get through it cleanly.
That Milo car gives you 10 extra horsepower, I think.
I figured as much. I thought the Viagra livery would make Tombo a bit harder to pass, but it's not working as well as he might like at the moment.
Oh, he just wants to make the rear end larger and harder to get past.
Towards the front, so we've got a fair few battles forming up here. Towards the front, Showman is closed up on the back of Ando. as we start lap 5, so 3 laps to go. We're over halfway. We've also got Squidly, the captain, and Oily in a battle pack for the last spot off the podium. And then behind them we have that, well, there's a group of 3. There's Stefko, Tombo, Adam.
Little touch.
With the 3 DAM drivers not too far behind, and KZ off the back of the pack still. So the racing getting very close here in that battle for 3rd as well. Squidly is starting to run a little wide on some corners. The captain's starting to show his nose. He's gotten a nice run through there as well. I don't think he's close enough. He's going to show the nose anyway, just to be sure.
Filling the mirrors up.
Absolutely. And as soon as you show the nose and that driver in front bites on that fake, you've easily got some time gained at least, if not a better line through the corner. Oh, Squidly sliding through the hairpin, getting very loose.
Did the captain just get into him a little bit there? Well, they both checked up a bit. Ollie's all over him now.
Oh, wow, they are incredibly close together. 3 cars separated by 3/10. And Showman has taken the lead off of Ando as well. Captain looking around the outside of Squidly. Here we go, here comes the captain. Squidly's got 2 wheels on the dirt. Captain's got the run. Oily's looking to follow him through here as well. Squidly's going to cut that off and take the slipstream with the captain. Or Captain giving the slipstream back to Oily, but Oily lifted off. Didn't want any of that. Maybe seeing that the top runners from the last race are starting to shuffle through and get by Tombo, and if you battle here at the moment, it's going to cost you a few more spots than you might gain. So we do have Stefko about 4/10 behind Oily now. Adam's made his way past Tombo as well, just half a second behind Stefko. Tombo's still carrying that penalty as well, unfortunately. And then he's closely followed by Zoo, and then Dale and Apex a bit further behind them. So the DAM guys not doing too well here.
Oily into the side of Squiddy. Oily trying to redress. DJ looking.
Squid's gone deep.
The cutback.
Oh, Adam trying to go around the outside of Stefko as well.
It's all happening there in the mid-pack.
Oily's got the run on Squidly here. Adam's got the run on Stefko. Oh. Slotting in behind each other with inches to spare.
It's a very hard corner to get a pass done there. It's not a lot of decel.
Yep. So Squidly holding on to 4th like his life depends on it, and he's got a very angry pack of cars. Oily deciding to go in shallow to the hairpin to take away any chance of Stefko getting up the inside. And once Stefko would get up the inside, that door would be wide open for Adam to try and follow him through, as we've seen before as well. Oily might have a bit of a run on Squid here.
They are losing time to the leaders though with this fighting.
Yep. Speaking of the leaders, the captain is only a second off him. With a good, he gained 1.1 seconds on Ando last lap. Did low side.
Ando,
keep an eye on.
Ando had a slightly bad lap, if you call a 4.8 a bad lap, but
looks like Squidly's picked up a penalty as well. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, you're right.
He's picked off a penalty somewhere, and he went side by side with Oily through the chicane, and it is all starting to pop off now in this battle pack.
Oh.
Squidly not burning the penalty
DJ
either.
And Adam.
So a couple of guys not too happy with the penalties they've received here. Squidly might have been forced wide or something. Oh, he's gone very wide into turn 1. Oily's going to sneak around the inside. Turns into the outside for the next 2 corners though. Adam's going to go up the inside and follow Squidly. No, he doesn't keep the nose up the inside.
Apex is tagging into the back of this. He's caught up a long way from his earlier mistake or penalty.
Goodness, it's on for young and old here. Squidly fighting for his life to hold that 4th position. Oily has Adam, Stefko, and Apex, our top three from last race, breathing down his neck here as well. So very angry pack of cars. And he goes defensive immediately. Adam's going to have to go around the outside of the hairpin if he wants that spot. Oh, Oily tried to cut him off there a little bit, tried to close the door on him. Adam's still trying to go around the outside. It's cost him a lot of time though, and Stefko's got a bit of a run on him here. I think he might have had to check up a little bit on corner exit to not hit Adam.
These boys are losing heaps of time to the leaders.
Oh, the captain's caught up to Endo. Yeah.
Last lap.
He's got the run on Endo too.
He gets in and pushes him.
Yeah, wow. We'll jump back to that battle for fourth as Adam is looking around the outside of Oily. Oily's right on the rear bumper of Squidly. He might have given him a bump there on the brakes, actually. And Adam's gonna duck up the inside. He's got a bump from Stefko as well to take that spot. Can he take the spot off of Squidly in the final corner as well? Squidly sweeps around the outside. Adam taking a shallower line as Showman claims the win. Ando second, Captain third. The battle for fourth is on. Squidly is just... Oh, with the penalty, I think Squidly still claimed fifth, but will depend on where that penalty ends up putting him.
Oh no, it's dropped him to seventh, I think.
Yeah, we might reverse that depending on...
Stewards.
Depending on what caused him to get that penalty, but yeah, wow. That pack all finishing very close together for the finish. So we have from 4th down to 11th separated by about 2 seconds at the end of the race after 7 laps. Wow. And yeah, Fine Moves pointing out in the chat, a massive comeback from Apex, who was 2 seconds off the back of the pack after lap 1.
Yeah, he killed that.
Managed to get his way back up to 8th. Captain in 3rd, very good race result. Adam in 4th, Stefko 6th. So those guys we pointed out earlier, able to fight their way towards the pointy end of the pack and get themselves back some good points.
Adam always does it late in the race too. There's always comments about how he hasn't moved early in the race, in a reverse grid race, and then somehow at the end of the race he's up near the pointy end. Every time.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, honestly. It's I think he's fairly cautious through the first lap to just settle in, and then once he's kind of settled in behind whoever he's around, he starts to look for moves. But definitely some of our smartest racing that we've seen out of these guys as well. We saw Showman and Ando at the front. Ando not putting up a massive fight from what I can see. Let Showman go, try and lose as little time as possible, and I think that might have saved him a spot there. And helped him hold that second place. The captain running down those guys at a rapid pace as well once he got clear of Oily and Squidly.
It's a good podium, that.
Yeah, wow.
That fighting in the mid-pack did cost 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th a lot of time though. Like they were only, I'm pretty certain they were only about 3 seconds or 4 seconds off that lead group until it all sort of broke into a big fight, and they lost another 4 or 5 seconds, or 3 seconds.
And just comparing again to the Split 2, Showman finishing about 7 seconds quicker than the winner of Split 2. So, yeah, wow. That's incredible pace. The captain being only 1.4 seconds off the lead. He started, I think, in 8th or 7th, somewhere around there. After getting 5th in the first race, fought his way up to 3rd. Adam starting in 11th, fought his way up to 4th. So these boys are really making it known that they're not willing to stick around at the back. And now that we have the longer race with a bit more strategy, I'm sure we'll see a few more moves throughout the field as well. What
tyres do you think they're all going to start on?
I think we're going to see a mix similar to second split. We had pretty much a 50-50 split of guys on mediums and softs. Looks like we've got we've got 3 on softs at the moment. For 5 on softs, not sure if those boys are planning on switching or not, as they're still in the pits, but the guys out on track are pretty much locked into their softs. So, plenty of mediums, but yeah, well, so we've got, at the moment, we've got KZ, Tombo and Dale on the softs. And then Zoo and Squiddy still sitting in the pits, also still on the soft tyres.
Sue will be starting from pole. You would definitely think he'd start on the softs and try and race away from the front of the field.
Yeah, KZ, similar situation. Again, same with Tombo and Dale. The one I'm 50-50 on is Squiddy. So he'll be starting back in 6th, I believe. If my math is correct. Yeah, we both sound really certain of that one.
Yeah, I know.
He'll be starting on the 3rd row of the grid. And he's got Apex beside him, but if he can't get off the line and beat Apex into turn 1, he might lose a lot of time being on them softs stuck behind Apex on the mediums. So, good start is absolutely crucial for Squiddy here.
I find these cars very boring at the start. Just hold it flat and hopefully get a better reaction time to the bloke beside you. Yep. That's about all you can hope for with these things.
Yeah, and that's one thing I like. It's not how good your car gets offered or what kind of technique you use, because I know a couple of Group 3 cars you can like start in 2nd and bump it down, or you can go for like partial throttle in 1st gear. There's a lot of different ways you can get a car off the line. Here, you're flat, unless you're on the mediums actually, but on the softs you're flat, and it's all about who can let go of the button quicker.
That's it. I can confirm the Jag gets off the line really well in 2nd gear.
Oh yeah, the Corvette was the same last time around, so I was always happy qualifying mid-pack because I'd make up 3 or 4 spots right off the gate. But yeah, another interesting discussion is whether people hold the brake when waiting for the lights to come out, or hold the handbrake.
I definitely use the handbrake. I used to use the brake, but I find it quicker, I suppose, to slip the thumb off instead of the foot.
Yeah, I'm the same. I feel like it's better to get your hand off the handbrake and you're away rather than holding as little brake as possible and trying to get your foot up. But yeah, it's going off in E-League, some of the most intense racing I've ever seen. Reports from Scooter there, so I believe we had someone earlier say a similar thing. So E-League having some really good racing apparently.
That's good to hear. There should be some quick times coming out of there, you would think.
Oh yeah, I'd expect some quick times out of Scooter and Flossie.
They want to be in Split 1.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure of some of the other guys that are in E-League. We have some regulars being Viking and Big Red Ralph, who regular, I think, Split 3 or 4, kind of there or thereabouts. We also have Trip 1000, F1 Weber, Fixer Chris, and ZR Royal, some guys who have joined recently. So, should be I'm really interested to see the results coming out of them as well, because I've seen a couple guys whispering in the Discord that Fixer Chris is an absolutely rapid driver.
It'll be definitely interesting to see the results and see how well they've all gone, and hopefully the new blood is quick too, and we'll have more blokes pushing to get into Split 1.
Absolutely. The more faster guys we get towards the top end and the mid-pack, the closer the racing's going to be all over, so absolutely love to see it. Fixer Chris is going to be top split regular, according to Scooter, so... Ooh.
Fair enough.
We could see some very quick times coming out of E-League then, from the sounds of it. But we will focus more in on this round here now, as we are all lined up and ready to go. Waiting on the lights. Everyone nice and quiet this time, no one on the limiter, as everyone's trying to save as much fuel as possible. We're green, everyone is away off the line. And Squidly looks like he has got the jump on
Apex there.
on Apex, yeah. Hearing a little bit of crackling from your mic there, Herbs. Oh, there's been a bit of a back up at the front of the field there.
Bit of a concertina effect. Dale
so.
looks like he's making a move.
So Oily, I think that's a big move from Oily there.
Zoo's just got a penalty and has to relinquish the lead.
So Oily up into third on the mediums. The captain up into sixth on the mediums as well. So a couple of guys making some massive moves at the starts. Adam into seventh, Apex eighth. So yeah, wow.
Squiddy has dropped to ninth. What happened there?
I think he might have gotten. Oh, he did switch to the mediums last second actually.
Oh, okay.
But I think he was involved in that little bit of a concertina that happened early on and lost out big.
Happened to be the loser out of it, unfortunate.
Yep. But Tombo and KZ are away at the front of the field very nicely. Oily on the mediums and Zoo on the softs right behind him, as well as Dale. So Oily putting a bit of chaos into this race now, splitting Zoo and Dale away from the other soft runners.
Oil will be loving this.
Yeah, out in some clear air, nice and early. First of the medium runners.
Set himself up for a good result.
Yeah, and just looking down that straight at that absolute massive train of cars. Everyone's still nose to tail as we come into the chicane for the first time of 14.
Oh, Zoo a bit loose on the exit of the chicane.
Yeah, very
Captures
easy to do.
Holds it nicely.
Yeah. So, looked like Oily ran a little wide there coming through the final corner. He's already lost about half a tenth to Zoo. I don't think Zoo's going to be close enough to make any kind of move, but it might indicate to him that Oily's on that slower tyre.
That's the biggest thing. You're not always 100% what everyone else is on, are you?
No,
So you need to make a determination quickly.
You can look in the pre-race, through the pits. You see a couple of tyres pop up, but you never know if someone's changed last second and jumped out on the track. You don't know. There's plenty of ways you can have an idea, but you can never really be certain. In a situation like this, where Oily is pretty much holding pace with the leaders almost, even though he's on that medium tyre. Like if you're behind him and you're Zoo and Dale, you'd think Oily's on the softs, maybe. And then you've got Captain 1.4 seconds back, so he's going to assume that everyone ahead of him is on the softs. The battle looks to be on for first as well.
Yep. KZ around the outside of Tombo. Down at the hairpin.
Coming up through the Schumacher Estes here. Tombo won't be too happy about that one either. I reckon he'll want that spot back, but could cost them a fair bit of time if they start fighting for it. They might need to just tuck in and go.
100%. Just focus on getting to your pit stop and saving a tiny bit of fuel if you can, and tuck into that slipstream.
Zoo and Dale looking very aggressive on the rear end of Oily as well.
Oily might even let him go here, I reckon. Oh no, maybe not. Gonna fight. Yeah, he's gonna fight it. He doesn't have to let them by it at all.
No, and it could play a big part in him interrupting their speed on the softs. So we've got 4 drivers on the softs, and 2 of them are stuck behind Oily. About to be 1 as Zoo gets a cracking run out of the final corner here. Dale's looking like he wants to follow him through as well with a bit of slipstream assistance there. Team orders are on, and the team orders are keep going forward through the field, please, good sir. Zoo takes the spot. Dale ducks up the inside of Oily as well.
Nice team manoeuvre there.
Yep, and Adam has taken the 6th spot off of the captain as well, so Ando's made his way through the field quite nicely as well. Apex already in lap 2.
Oh, he's going for the big stint on the softs.
Yeah. That's a very interesting call. Yeah, I was looking through the field and I saw Ando at 8th, and I didn't see Apex's name. So I went looking, and man, Adam's back in the pits, so plenty of fuel saving's going to come out of him.
There's a big undercut on the mediums though, but he'll be suffering at the end of the race, you'd think, on those old softs.
Yeah, maybe trusting himself to be able to defend that spot on long tyres as long as he can get the position, as long as he can get the track position.
Track position, yep, definitely.
It'll be interesting to see if anyone else blinks seeing that, so we could see Oily Adam, Captain, Stefko, someone like that coming in, seeing that that Apex has gone for that undercut.
I definitely would be if I was them.
Yeah, because you can either, you know, say you're planning on coming in on lap 4, he pits on lap 2, you think, well, that's 2 laps on fresh softs that he's going to gain back on me, which could be, what, 2-3 seconds?
100%. I'd be in this lap if I was the ones racing him.
Here we go, we'll see here. Looks like Adam's staying out, Captain's staying out. Doesn't look like anyone's reacted to it, so...
Oh, Showman's in.
Here we go. So maybe Showman also being caught up behind Squiddy and Ando, thinking I'll do the same thing.
Fresh air, fresh softs.
Yep.
Go hard.
Dale and Zoo are also taking some notes from the Shake and Bake boys and a bump drafting down the start-finish straight.
But
So,
interestingly, Oil hasn't dropped off the back of him, he's holding on to him, so maybe he thinks that while he's holding on to the soft runners, he'll get better pace out of his mediums.
yeah, and I'd agree, because if he's getting say he loses, you know, a tenth, half a tenth in a corner, and then gains back half a tenth through slipstream on the straights, you know, gain back half a tenth, gain back 2 tenths on the straights, on the corner exit, you know, something like that, you can stick with them, you can get an extra couple tenths out of your lap times, even on that slower tyre. That gap at the front is continuing to grow as well. KZ out to 1.3 seconds over Tombo. Tombo with 2 seconds back to Zoo and Dale, who are close together, with Oily behind them, and then Adam and the Captain, who we've seen together on tracks so often throughout this season already and previous seasons as well. Drive great together, these two. So I don't think we'll be seeing either of those guys be too aggressive and just want to crack on and get their medium stint done.
That's it, they don't want to be racing at this point. This is just trying to get to your pit stop as fast as you can, get on the softs, the faster tyre, and worry about racing later.
Absolutely. And we'll see if any of them decide to come in on this lap. I did hear from Adam that this is what he was planning on doing, pitting at the end of lap 4, but we'll see if he has changed his mind, and he has. As has the Captain, so maybe getting better pace out of the mediums than he planned.
Ando and Squiddy are in though, and
Stefko as
DJ.
well. Yeah. All on identical fuel, these boys, so that's how closely matched they are right now, all pitting within about a second of each other on identical fuel. So that might have been a reaction from Stefko or Squidly, you know, see the guy directly in front pitting in. Might have already been a scheduled stop for them type of thing, you know, when they plan on pitting. You never know. Well, you might know. I don't know if you've talked strategy with Stefko too much through the week.
He definitely said he was going to do 10 on the softs, so I'd say that was exactly when he was going to come in. And they're coming out of the pit lane now, and the undercut has not worked.
No.
Very surprised by that.
Yeah, Sherman and Stefko, Sherman and Apex still well off. Even though Apex has just put the purple lap in as well with a 2:03.4. So that's really interesting to me.
Me too. Fuel differences is big too. I just noticed between Showman and the ones around him. Maybe Showman overfilled a little bit at the pit stop.
Or maybe not wanting to try and fuel save or anything. He's just topped the tanks and he's going all out.
Flat out.
So we have that 30-second gap from Ando to Captain low side, who
these boys must be coming in this lap, surely.
You'd have to think so, but we did see in the split 2 a couple of guys went up for 7th as well, went to 7th lap, so...
I think most of those boys were controller drivers though, and they were trying to limit their tyre wear.
Here we go, so Oily, Adam and the captain, we'll see if any of them decide to duck in. There's Oily, there's the captain, Adam making a last second decision as well to jump in.
They're all
Oily understeering into the wall as well for good measure on pit entry. So that is the gap to keep an eye on. So maybe we'll jump on with Ando and see where he is as they come through the start-finish straight and they come out of the pits. Because everyone ahead of these boys pitting, everyone ahead of these boys pitting are the soft runners.
There's about a 30-second gap, I think, between Ando and
here we go.
The captain.
We'll see. Oily's out, captain's out, Adam's out, so they're right there, just up the road. So that's very, very close. I think Oily and captain have come out side by side, and Adam has dropped a spot to both of them.
This is where you want to hold on to your spot if you can. So if you're Oil, you're trying your hardest to stay there.
Yep. So yeah, 30-second gap between them when they came in, now just 1.5 seconds, so about 28 seconds stop. Captain is underfueled a little bit compared to the others as well.
He was definitely trying to go for track position. It worked over Adam, but didn't quite get Oily.
Yeah. And this is definitely going to be a crucial battle for all 3 of these guys.
Well, they can't fight right now. If I was them, I wouldn't be fighting. They're 29 seconds off Dale. They want to keep an eye on that gap. We just decided it was a 28-second pit loss.
Yeah. And I would expect these guys to maybe have less of a loss depending on how much fuel they have to put in as well. So it could be very, very close. That battle for second is actually heating up as Tombo's tyres are starting to get pretty heavily worn, maybe suffering a little bit from tyre wear there. And KZ's out to a 3.6 second gap at the front of the field.
Poor old Tombo's on a controller.
Putting himself in a really good spot there.
Controller life always hurts.
Absolutely. Captain and Oily getting very close here. Back in 5th place. Oily later on the brakes. Captain just tucking back in. Thinking better of it. He's definitely looking for the move, but he wants it to be a move he can get done immediately and not have to drive side by side for a while and lose a bunch of time from what I can see here.
Definitely. As soon as it's 2x2 for more than the corner, it costs you a lot of time.
And Apex still 2.3, 2.4 seconds off the back as he sets another purple lap, so... another purple lap. So he's setting purple laps, but he's not catching the guys in front of him somehow. Consistent as well, so he's done a 203.427, a 203.436,
wow,
and a 203.387, so 3 laps within about half a tenth of each other there, and it's some of the fastest laps on track at the moment, and it's not enough for him to catch people.
It's a fast lobby, it's just a very fast lobby, so hard to make any time up on any of these boys.
Absolutely. Back in that battle for 6th as well. The captain has fallen off Oily and he's lifted off, he's let Adam through there. So Adam taking that spot, captain maybe being like, look, you look more likely to get past Oily than I am, and when you do, I'll try and follow you.
100%, just want to minimise time loss at this point. Still waiting for the boys up in front to blink and come in and pit.
Ooh, speaking of the boys up in front, they've just all had it coming together. So Zoo went deep into the chicane, Tombo hit him, Dale hit Tombo, Dale has passed Tombo. Oh, Dale hit the pit wall!
No, unfortunate.
Oh no, Dale will be absolutely kicking himself. Oh no. That's lost 5-6 seconds for Dale there. That was a massive hit. He somehow hasn't got damage, but wow. That could play a huge part in the ending of this race.
He's unfortunately, once he pits, he's going to be on the mediums and in amongst all those soft boys. So it could throw a spanner in the works for maybe Ando or DJ.
Yeah,
Around that area, I think.
Look at that gap. It's down to 21 seconds now, that gap. So,
he doesn't have the A to slipstream at the minute either, so now he's on worn tyres.
I think after the pit he'll be back in 11th or 12th around Apex. I think that's going to cost Dale massively, and on the mediums I don't think he's going to have the tyre to make up for it.
Yeah.
KZ as well is streaming away at the front, almost a 6-second lead.
He's setting himself up very nicely to try and get a win here.
Yeah, wow. Howdy Sketchy, welcome along to the chat, mate. We hope you're enjoying this racing here as we keep an eye on this battle for 5th, 6th and 7th now. Adam has made his way past Oily, and Oily is defending against the captain currently. Captain's on for a purple as well, 0.15 up on that purple lap time of Adam now, who's taken it away from Apex. So some very, very fast laps going down right now. Oh, Stefko might look for a move on Ando as well for 8th position. As they come onto this back stretch, he's also 2/10 purple. He's gone for the bump as Stefko. So maybe looking to close that gap to the 3 guys up ahead rather than try and make this position up for Ando. There's a lot of a thought process that goes into making that decision too. You have to think, does the guy ahead of me have the pace to tow me along and to gain on those guys ahead? Do I want to impact my overall time? Is passing them going to cost me more time than following them? As Stefko pulls out now to make that pass on Ando, and it looked like Ando made it pretty easy for him. Yep, and a flash of the hazards as a thank you as well. So Ando just looking to make the best time he can at the moment by the looks of it. Let Stefko on by. Oily
Definitely.
also has picked up a 1.5 second penalty and is burning it in a horrible spot. So he has lost out to the captain. Captain has lost the slipstream to Adam as well. And that gap to Dale is down to about 19 seconds. Adam also took the purple lap again, second lap in a row, that time around with a 203.302.
Very consistent. The lap before that was a 3-3 as well.
Yeah, wow. So that penalty has thrown Oily right back in with Stefko and Ando there. We've seen Stefko have some really good pace here.
He was my pick early in the night. Just that he's been very quick from what I'd seen in some of the practices.
Yeah.
And in our
Milo
Discord chat.
too.
10 horsepower at least.
Oh, as he slides on through that left-hander there, trying to make up that time to Oily. I'm just trying to keep half an eye. It looks like top guys are in, Zoo is in, Tombo's in, Dale is in, KZ's staying out one more time.
I'm quite surprised they come in at the end of lap 9. I thought they would have gone around at least one more time.
Yeah. So while they're doing that, we'll still keep an eye on Stefko and Oily here, and we'll see where they come out of the pits. I'm expecting them to be just a couple of seconds up ahead.
Adam's just come out onto the main straight now. Adam's gone purple again.
Yeah, wow.
And he's jumped them.
There they are, coming out of the pits there. That is Zoo. He's going to get passed by Stefko. He's going to tuck in right in front of Ando, who's had some really nice pace on them softs. Showman and Tombo are side by side. So, and then this comes down to whether your worn softs are as bad as those fresh mediums or not. And Dale, unfortunately, has come out in last 2 seconds off the back of Apex.
This might be a GT glitch, but is Zoo back on softs again?
He is. Ooh.
It might be a
That
GT glitch.
It might have been a double tap of the button for him too.
Oh no, that'll kill him. That'll kill his race.
And he's driven so well too. To be right out here with the top 5. If he's going to have to pit again, I think if he is going to have to swap back to the mediums, you wait until end of lap 13 or end of lap 12. You know, you don't want to do that time on him now that you're on the softs. But
oh, definitely. Second last lap, and you pit. In comes KZ, the front of the field. He's only got a 29-second lead. This is going to be very tight to Adam, I think.
Yep. Because
Depends on how much fuel he puts in too.
Yep. So the gap between Adam and Dale when Dale pitted was about 18 seconds, and now Dale is 11 seconds back. So about that 28, 29 second stop, they're going to come out the pits side by side, I reckon. Here we go as he comes around.
Is that his pit box? KZ's at his pit box now. He's got his tyres.
Adam is just starting the lap now. Another 203.3, so very, very consistent times. He's out. Here comes Adam into the braking zone. KZ might be able to just hold the lead here.
Now, like you were saying, worn softs versus fresh meat. Well, it says he's got softs too. I would think this is a GT glitch.
I hope it's a GT glitch, yeah. Because I do see Tombo and Dale on the mediums.
On the mediums, yeah. You're right.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Because if that's a costly mistake if it has happened.
Again, he's on for a win here. Like if he can hold Adam at bay, but if he's put the wrong tyres on, that's it. It's all over.
Yep. Absolutely. So that's yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But at the moment, KZ is your race leader after all the stops have happened, with Adam just half a second behind. KZ also, even if Adam gets by, he has 2 seconds to work with back to the captain. So he's got a little bit of breathing room behind if he doesn't have to do that pit stop again. Stefko also very closely behind Oil. Hasn't been able to make the pass happen, but he's been right with him for the past couple of laps.
When Adam gets to the back of KZ, do you let him by to try and consolidate a second here, or do you try and fight for the win and potentially slow down a bit too much and get caught by captain in Oil?
I think you let Adam by and you try and tuck in behind and minimise your time loss and take that second. But I mean, a lot of these guys are very competitive, and it's hard to be like, yeah, you take the win, I'll just take second. It's fine. You know, there's always that caveman part in the back of your mind that's like, got to win.
Oh yeah, I want to win.
So we see Adam come through and set another 2:03.3. Those lap times since his pit stop have been incredibly consistent.
That is ridiculous. Who is this bloke?
And
that's not right.
To point out, Apex after that early stop still only in 10th.
Yeah, that's very surprising to me. I thought that he was going to be on for a good race with that early stop. I don't know if he made a mistake on his pit lap.
Maybe, yeah, he might have. Maybe that's why he pitted or something. I'm not sure, but he was about 2 seconds off the back of the pack, and he's managed to get past Squid and Dale. Dale having that big incident.
With the wall, with the pit wall.
Yeah, with the pit wall. Oh, Tombo is flying. That might be a DC. Nope, he's back on track. We're fine.
He'd be
Tombo's
very
car was
upset.
about 20 feet up in the air there. It was the first one I've seen for the moment, but that was interesting to watch for me as I skip through the field. And again, we see Showman and Ando, P1 and P2 from our last race, in 7th and 8th now, nose to tail again. And I think
can't get away from each other.
Yeah, I think if you're Ando this time, you wanna defend that spot a little harder. With just 2.5 laps to go, but here goes Showman up the inside and makes the move. Doesn't give Ando that chance. Endo gets a good run here, he could come back at him, but it doesn't look like he's got enough on it. And then again, it's the conversation of, do you battle for that 7th spot and bring Tombo in, or do you tuck in behind and try and hold your 8th?
Well, maybe in this instance, maybe you do fight, because Tombo is Ando's teammate, and you would think that Tombo probably wouldn't pass him.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think that, but
Red
I
miss.
mean, yeah, being, what are we, 25 and a half minutes into the final race of the night, there could be a lot of emotions that have happened from earlier incidents and stuff, so...
Very true.
So, that battle for 4th place as well. I guess you could say 3rd if you include Captain in that battle, but he's been slowly pulling away from Oily. But Stefko and Zoo very close together. Looks like Stefko's just dropped off the back of Oily a little bit though.
Adam's just moved the mark again.
What an absolute prick.
How? Slow down, Adam.
Yeah, that's incredible. So his last 5 laps have been 2:03.3s, and then he's put a 2:03.2 in there, and now a 2:03.10. So Adam is absolutely flying along right now. There might be a little bit of slipstream assistance. Amazingly, KZ, I think he might actually be on the softs because he's done a 2:03.3.
You just beat me to it, and he's purple on this lap too, so I think maybe he's misclicked. Unfortunately for him.
So we might see KZ and Zoo both dive into the pits at the end of this lap. But imagine being in Adam's shoes here. You've set consistent 2:03.3s or better. You've just got the purple lap, and you're not gaining on the guy ahead of you that you think is on mediums.
Mediums, yeah. That'd be heartbreaking, actually.
The relief if KZ ducks into the pits here. There he goes. So that
no.
Adam was trying to follow him for some slipstream and then realised. And here goes Zoo as well. So unfortunately, it has been the double click from these boys.
Oh, that's such a mistake and unlucky.
After running such an amazing race, KZ is going to lose out massively, as is Zoo. So KZ was on for a podium there for sure. Probably a 2nd place if he could hold off the captain. And he's just lost out massively. They're still in the pits as Dale and Squid have come through, so...
that's race done.
Yeah.
But that they can still obviously finish this race and get hopefully some reasonable times and end up with good points for the weekend.
Yeah, they can still get a decent time, but you know they'll be kicking himself. KZ, who was just fighting for the lead, now 24 seconds off it. Looks like Ando and Showman's heating up again for 5th place.
They look tight on fuel too. Oh, they should be okay, I think.
Yeah. These things
the
are
tyres are looking.
Fuel economy.
The tyres are starting to look a bit yuck.
Yeah, a little rough. But yeah, it looks like Showman's definitely better through certain parts of the track, and then Ando makes up that time in others. So they're kind of going back and forth here a little bit.
Adam's human. He only did a 3.5 the last lap.
Yeah, pathetic from him, honestly.
Oh.
What an amazing race from his part. Honestly, that's wow.
Consistency is just beautiful.
Doesn't look like Ando's going to be able to do much unless he. Nah, he's not got enough of a run there, unfortunately for him. So we will jump up. We will jump up into 1st as Adam comes around the final corner to claim the race 3 victory and a pretty decent points weekend. So we've got Adam 1st, Captain 2nd, Oily's going to take 3rd, Stefko rounding off a good weekend as well, taking 4th. Bit of breathing room back to the next guys. We've got Showman in 5th, Ando in 6th, Tombo 7th, Apex burning a penalty is going to take 8th, Dale and Squid cross the line nose to tail for 9th and 10th, KZ going to come home in 11th after running a really good race, and unfortunately this similar situation for Zoo, coming back home in 12th after having to do that extra stop. they'll be kicking himself. But massive congratulations to Adam, Captain Oily. That's a big round, and with Apex coming 8th, that's some big points. I think that's a bit of a gain.
Yeah, that was a really good race to watch. All 3 races were really good tonight.
Yep, amazing racing from our top split drivers as always. Man, wow! And just a quick check of the time. I think the winning time for split 2 was a 41. So again,
yeah, that
about
bloke was
11
slow
seconds
though.
quicker.
That bloke was real slow.
Yeah, no, don't worry about him. He's no one. But no, that's a decent time from yourself. Then that puts you right in that mix of around 5th or 6th overall, depending on the E-League results.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing racing from our top split here. Big thank you to our sponsors: Next Level Racing, Pagani Imports, Races.World, and Future Youth Clothing. And a big thank you to Spence for joining me here in the commentary box.
Cheers, mate. It was good. It was good fun.
Yep, and thank you to Herbs for jumping in on the visuals tonight.
Pleasure, guys. Thanks.
Alrighty. That's going to wrap up the stream for us. So we will hopefully see you guys next week for some more wheel-to-wheel racing action.